Guess where we are? Welcome back. It is day, well, 2 I guess, of getting this mess hole sorted out. Thank you so much for the comments that you put on that first video. It's so relatable, it seems, for many people to have weed problems, shall we say, especially at this time of the year, and can feel equally as overwhelmed as I did. So I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. So what I got done yesterday, let me show you. Briefly starting the greenhouse, this is for the most part weeded, and in here, oops, I've just kicked a stone. In here, I'm happy with how this is going at the moment. Ali, you suggested about taking seeds out of those. I think that they're country taste and I think they're an F1, so I don't think I'm going to be able to, but I'm definitely going to check. And then if we head on outside, and I am definitely going to be taking a side shoot off this plum tomato because that's an F1. Oh, actually, can I do that here? This is snapped. It's kind of stopped itself. Anyway, stop getting distracted, Tracy. Grace has just come out. She's helping out doing the animals as part of her job, so she takes care of those most days for me now, which is going to free me up to spend more time in the garden. So that's part of what it's all about, is making sure that everybody's got jobs for their skill set, and it's me in the garden. Grace is more than capable of doing the animals, so she's doing that, and I should be able to get plenty of time outside. I think I will take a side shoot off that country taste, and I'm going to try and overwinter them. So as they grow, I tell you what, we'll do it together. Not necessarily on this video, but let's do it together. So outside, a little bit breezy, sorry about that. Here, yesterday I started on this bed, which was just overgrown with chives. I've just literally cut them all down, put them on the compost. They weren't edible for me, and I'm not going to give them to the animals, being onion based. Tidied up the beetroot, took out the kale that had fell over. What else did I do? Literally just hoed in between, and I've got one ridiculously small courgette plant that is telling me that it wants to grow, so I thought I'm going to give you the opportunity, and you never know, if we have an Indian summer then we might get something from that. So let's turn the camera around. This is already looking much happier. These beetroot I'm just going to pick as and when. We've got some more that are already in and they will be coming. This kale is not too bad actually. Even if not for human consumption, it's still fine for animal consumption. Caterpillars are a problem, so's the wind. If you can't hear me, I'm really sorry. Some more cracking beetroot coming in here, so I will just be harvesting these as and when and letting the littler ones, the smaller ones, grow on. Oh, I took out the shallots that were here. These are multi-sown onions. I'm just going to leave them and we'll just use them at the end of the season or as emergency onions. Oh my goodness me. I mean, what? Get off there. Right. This is the little courgette that wants a chance at life. So these onions here, I was so pleased with when I started going through. They're looking fantastic. I grew those from seed. It's the first time I've ever done that. And then the turnips. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to finish off each bed. Hang on. You're going to get motion sickness by being flipped around so much. I'm enthusiastic. Can you tell? I'm feeling motivated, encouraged, all of that good stuff. And reporting in on the progress of this is really going to keep me going. So this snail's trying to escape in my hand. Before I finish off, I'm going to do one bed at a time, and before I finish off this bed and move on to the next one, I'm going to get the seeds in. Goodness me, direct sown. Now it's a little bit late for beetroot outside possibly, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some turnip in. Probably a little bit late for turnip, but to be honest I haven't got many turnips in, so I'm going to get those in, and I'm going to do beetroot under cover in the polytunnel and the greenhouse, along with some carrots, because it is a little bit late outside. We'll do that a different day because we're going to prioritise getting all of these beds and pathways cleaned up, de-weeded and re-sown. Right, I'm going to get back on with getting the seeds in first of all. Right, I've got some cherry bell radish that I've just put in here. I don't know what's happened to my pen, but it's somebody's been using it. That's not me. And I've got some Norfolk green turnips in here, and guess what, I'm going to have to water it because we're not due any rain. I have to admit, I feel a little bit like Challenge Annika. Right, I'm going to water these, and then that bed is done, I think. I noticed there's one onion that's already fell over, so I will get that. What can I replace the onions with when I take those out? I need something that can either go in, which I haven't got because the caterpillars have eaten everything, or some more seeds. I'll have to have a think about that. Next up is hand weeding this bed. It's really windy, so I'm not going to set the camera up because it's going to fall over. Why does the wind pick up as soon as you want to... Anyway, it's not raining, so I'm happy about that. Believe it or not, there are carrots in between these weeds in here, so I need to be super careful. Obviously these ones are much more established at this end, but there's still plenty of weeds, so it's going to be hand weeding because I don't put the hoe in fact they're too big really for the hoe at the moment. They're going to wipe everything else out. So this is next. There's your before shot. Right, this is how it's looking now. We've just been in and had a meal. I had to stop and feed everybody. You know what it's like when everyone's so demanding that they need food. I'm only joking. Carrots, I've just spotted a weed that I've missed there, and you can see where I've got to. So thankfully you can see progress. I've got the rest of this bit to get done tonight, and then that's bed 2 finished, but I do need to get the carrots are nowhere near as well germinated as I hope, so I'm going to sow some more in between. If we just get small carrots, we just get small carrots because it is quite late for them as well, but as long as I sow a small variety, if I've got one, then we might get away with it, we'll see. Otherwise there's some nice ones here. I'm also going to sow some in the polytunnel and the greenhouse. Did I already mention that? For the winter I'm going to get that seed. That weed. Oh, there we go. Right, let's get busy. Well, that feels so much better. Stephen's mowing in the background. You can hear he's taking all the nettles down for the ducks on a particularly noisy bit, so I'm sorry about that. Now it's done. This is all finished for now. So what I've got done, I've literally waded between the lettuce, the carrots, found some random onions. I've pulled the strawberry runners all back because I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with those. Some of them would kind of work the way between the carrots and things like that. Well, that's no good for this bed. I just want them around the outside. So when I say it's done for now, I will need to come back in and sort something out with the strawberry runners. And I've also sown some early Nance 2 and, sorry, Stephen's coming, and some Touchon carrots as well. He doesn't know I'm videoing, but never mind. Early Nance 2 and Touchon were the carrots that I've sown. The Touchon carrots were due to be sown by the end of 2023, I think. So they should be okay, and the early Nance says that they've got till the end of 2024. So Stephen's looking at me now thinking, are you filming? Anyway, come in here so you can hear me. I'm not going to ask him to stop. Anyway, that's it for the night. I'm really pleased with where we've got to. Tomorrow I want to be able to get the next bed done. My goodness, that's bright, which has got beetroots in it. It had the garlic and the onions in it. The back end of that bed's got nothing in except weeds at the moment. The front has got beetroot in it. I'm wondering about direct sowing lettuce and spinach. Let me know what you think. Is now a good time to sow spinach? Will it bolt? Should be okay in the heat. Anyway, let me know what you think. And then we've got the final bed in here, which is going to be called bed 4. That's got the outdoor tomatoes in it. Oh, let me go and show you the front before we finish. Really peaceful evening, especially when lawnmower's not going in your ear. So these tomatoes have got some strange things happening. I think they would have been absolutely fantastic if we didn't have all of the wet and the wind and all of the, you know, the lashings of weather that they've had. They have took a bit of a beating. They've worked really well considering. However, as you can see, the blackbirds have liked them. They've split. I believe that must be from the amount of rain that we've had, and obviously they're competing with weeds, as you can see as well. So what I'm going to be doing is taking these off and just feeding them to the pigs. I'm hoping that the ones higher up will ripen quite well, because they're out of the way of the ground of the blackbirds and things like that, and I'm not going to stop the birds having them. You know, they deserve to eat as much as we do, but we have had a few off here, which is why you're seeing none that are suitable. So we have had quite a few. Some of the canes have snapped because the ground under here is super duper shallow. So yeah, in general they would have done, there's a few here actually that are ready on that one there. In general they would have done absolutely fine, I think, if we'd have had the weather that we should have had. So if it had been a lot more sunny and we didn't have so much wind and the volume of rain that they've had to deal with, I think we'd have been all right. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm not disappointed about those, by the way. I'm really pleased that we've managed to use some extra space, and as I say, extra food for the animals never goes amiss. I'll speak to you tomorrow.